Hello there and welcome to another lesson, How to Be from Hrvatska. In this lesson, which is lesson 2, we'll learn the alphabet, or how we say in Croatian, Abeceda. So before we start this the whole alphabet thing, the first thing you need to know about Croatian language is that is a phonetic language, which basically means as it's written, that's how you pronounce it. It doesn't change its form. Like in English, for example, the word good, which basically it's not pronounced as god. Right? I would pronounce it like if I read it in Croatian, I would pronounce it as god because it's not consistent. That's why, for example, you have hey, but like bye, like we don't know consistently how do you pronounce some words. You don't know it. That's called a stressed language. But Croatian is a phonetic language, which actually makes it more easier to remember the pronunciation. So let's get started, shall we? So the first letter, which of course every alphabet starts, is A. A. Like I'm gonna write Anna, like the name Anna. Then we have B, like banana. Do you see what I did there? Then you have C, like Tsar, which means um, wait, ruler, king. Um, empire. Wait, Tsar. Wait, I I forgot the English word, but yeah, let's say Tsaritsa, the empress, like the queen, Tsaritsa. Now I don't know the C as in and we have this one, the weird looking one, is pronounced as ch, like charape, which means socks. And this one is, you guessed it, basically pronounced the same way, but with a softer ch. It's called meko ch, and tvrdo ch is the upper one, which basically means soft ch and hard ch. The problem with me is because I have an accent, and people from the capital usually have an accent, we cannot pronounce the difference between those two. But people from the south or people from the sea usually have like can say that soft ch. But like a good example would be, for example, no. A good example would be, it's not start with the first letter, but like kucha, kucha. But like a lot of people just say kucha, kucha, because people, when they speak fast, people don't basically care about that. But in writing, it's always important. Then the next one is d, like we had in da. Then the next one is j, j, like in uh, j as in J as in the word laja, which basically means boat. Boat. And the next word is dj, which is, it sounds really similar to j, so when people speak it, you wouldn't notice the difference. But like when you write it, you see the difference. So only j, it's only as j in spoken, but in written it's different. For example, jep and jep is not the same. Jep means pocket, and the first one is the correct one. The second one is not the correct one. The second one doesn't mean anything, and that's one of the biggest difference that you have to watch out for. The third one is like in Europa, Europe. The next one is f, like Francuska, France. France. Next one is g, like in gore, which means up or mountain. Depends on the context. Mountain or up. Then you have h, like in hvala, which we learned in the previous lesson. Then we have e as in istok, which means east. Then you have y. It's not j, it's y, because the j we wrote, what usually Americans say, or English, I'm talking about English, is this. This is j, and this is y. We have like our own letter for j. So this is y, as in how we learned in that last lesson, ya, like I am, you know. Then you have k, like in kralj, like in kraj, which means end, like ending, end. And then we have the next one, l. We would basically just use lala because it's pretty easy to remember. La 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 la. Like you know that word. Then the next one is a really complicated one, is y, which is basically a combination of l and y together. Because when you start saying l and you change it to y really fast, l, 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 it becomes y. And the most common word everybody always uses is love, and that is lubav. Love. Really important word. You never know when you have to use it. Then you have m, as in mama or mom. Then you have n, as in ne, like no. We learned that in the previous lesson. Then we have ny, which is basically ny together. Ny, 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 ny. You just need to practice the sounds and you're gonna get it. And for example, we have njega, and it basically means him. For now, like you're gonna learn later what it basically means. Next one is O, like oko, which oko means eye. But for example, ochi, for example, see, this is the problem with Croatians usually. We sometimes don't know the difference between this and this. I had like like I just paused for a minute. Like basically, it's ochi with a really hard. It's with the hard ch, and it means eyes. Which so we have singular form and plural forms, which we're gonna cover later in other videos. Then the next one is p, like in uh, Paris. We say Paris with a z at the end. So Paris. Then we have R as in Romania, Italy, or Rim. That's even better, easier word. So Rome, Rim. So it's a R sound. It's not a long one. It's just a short one. R. So people who cannot twist their tongue to say the letter R practice, because there is no other way. This one is S as in Slovenia, 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 S. Then you have Sh as in, what's a good word? Što. Almost forgot the word što, which basically means what. What? Što. Then you have the letter T as in tata, which means dad. Then we have the letter U, which as in the word my god, today I really don't know anything, and this is like my fourth time making this video. As in utopia. Utopia. No. Utopia. Then we have V. V. Like, for example, V, which means you, but formal, talking to an older person. Then you have Z, like in zebra. It's not zebra, it's zebra. Zebra. Then you have Z, as in, this is a hard word to say, but this is a good way to practice. Žlica. Spoon. And we use X, we call this X, try pronouncing it as Croatian, X and Ypsilon. And we say this as duplo V, as double V. And that's the whole alphabet. And there is a rule for every foreign names being used in Croatian. We don't change their spelling. And we're gonna learn that in later videos, in more complicated videos, after we learn the grammar and the whole sentence structures. So I hope that you will stay with me until then. So let's practice a little bit pronunciation. But like one of the easiest actually words to, it's always been used, is the family member words like mom, dad, son, daughter, like, and they have always the simplest pronunciation. Why? Because always the baby, like, his first words were always mom, dad, and like always it's the easiest words to pronounce, like mom, dad. And so let's begin. So to say family in Croatian, we say obitelj, obitelj. So mom and dad have been covered, which is mama, tata. The next word is brother, which is brat, brat, brat. The next word is sestra, sestra, sister. So, and the next word is sin, which means son, and kćer, which is daughter. And you can see the similarities between English, like brat, brother, sestra, sister, sin, son, kćer, daughter. And the only reason I think is because European languages are mixed up, and Latin roots and stuff like that. So it's pretty common. And since Croatia is really close to Italy, which was like the center of Latin language, and it makes sense. And of course, we have baka, baka, baba, as for grandma, or we have djed, dida, deda. So the trick here is the baba, dida, deda are slangs or even regional accents, but be careful, baba is usually used for disrespecting grandmas, so you have to say baka always. Baba if they're like let you, but it's considered rude. But for grandpa, it's never considered rude. You can always call them dida or deda, which is always easier to pronounce. I used to call my grandpa deda because it was always easier. And actually, the last thing I wanted to do for you guys before I end this video, I think it's pretty long, this one, is actually I want you to practice this song which we used to sing as kids, which has a pretty easy pronunciation, and that you know perfectly well how to pronounce it. It doesn't cover all the letters we learn, but it pretty much like gets you the idea of how it works. So it goes like this. Ide Medo u dućan, nije rekao dobar dan, ajde Medo van, nisi rekao dobar dan. And when we sing it, I'm gonna sing it for you because why not? Ide Medo u dućan, nije rekao dobar dan, ajde Medo van, nisi rekao dobar dan. Which basically means a bear goes to the store, but he doesn't say good day. Go outside, bear. You didn't say good day. So it basically teaches kids to always say good day, good afternoon when they go somewhere in the store. So manners. And I would like to end the video here. Thank you for listening. I hope that I wasn't too distracted because I'm trying to make a video every day. And since I'm a college student, I don't have time to edit the videos. And as you can see, it's pretty, how to say, amateur made. But until I can make it like a more professional look, I hope that you can bear with me. And I hope I'll see you in the next video. And I hope that you learned today something. And See you next time. Book.